Let me talk about something about India. We're gonna start joining some kind of tech conference around end of the month, 27, 8, 9. Around that time, there is a huge tech conference going on. I forget the name a little bit, but that's gonna be on the India, New Delhi. And XANA will be on the spot. So if you are in India, New Delhi, please visit our amazing booth. I was designing the booth so much in this past 2 days, and we prepared our latest presentations and the latest booklet to explain about the project. Our project is now getting more and more complex because we have a huge amount of the project and product. So I was trying to put everything into one, and now everything is ready. So we are attending the event for these 3 days, having a big presentations. That's so exciting. And the main presentation may be around 4 things. One is about the XANA project itself, because this is the Web3 one-stop infrastructure. That's what XANA is. The benefit for everyone is that everyone can be onboarded to the metaverse without any kind of we can provide everything in a one-stop in a one solution. You don't have to jump around so many things to combine the many stuffs to, getting on board in the metaverse to start your own business in the metaverse. We just provide an entire whole tool as one. For example, the metaverse applications, metaverse builder, the avatar builder, the avatar clothes builder upcoming, and NFT marketplace. So you can just issue NFT and trade. And we also have an AI solution. Soon we're going to launch our game solution for the game builder. There's many more NFT Launchpad, NFT Web3 gaming, even our own wallet and our blockchain called XANA Chain. So, everything is only one place. That's a solution we're providing to anyone, any corporate, any brand, and even for the individuals. That is our first product we're going to go presentation. The second one is going to be the new widget called the XANA widget. This is a new product. XANA widget will be on browser-based XANA Metaverse. But not only just a browser-based, we will enable the embed function to embed this XANA browser version into any client's website or any partner's website. That is our new focus. This will enable everyone to start integrate this kind of enriched metaverse into their website with just a single code. As easy as you just embed YouTube video into your website. You see you can just paste some simple one-line code or embed URL to embed YouTube video, right? To the website. So this is going to be as easy as it is. Then the user will come to your visit website, open the website and just click window, just like a YouTube window. Then it's going to start loading XANA world. So for example, let's say if we implement the XANA Metaverse in Nike website, then we'll have some kind of XANA window, like a 16:9 aspect browser window inside of the Nike website, for example. Then, as soon as user click it, then it's gonna start loading maybe a 10 second or 20 second based on your network speed. Then your avatar will be appearing there and you will start exploring this Nike world. That is how easy it is. You don't have to download the application. You don't have to log in. You don't have to do anything. Just come visit the website and click. That's how easy it is. It's going to allow so many clients to just enrich their website with the metaverse experiences. So this is a very valuable content and we are introducing this new module and this new event. That is very exciting. And of course, we're going to allow this one to the XANA users as well. We haven't figured out the term yet, but soon we're going to think about some kind of, let's say maybe some certain NFT holder or a certain Zeta token staking owner should be able to use this function for free, etc. So we're going to think about some kind of a term to how to let everyone in XANA to start using this function as well. So that is the second product. Third product is a XANA Builder. XANA Builder, of course, this is a revolutionary tool because as soon as you implement those kind of metaverse widget, like metaverse applications and etc., etc. to start exposing the brand or corporate, then the first things you will need to do is the world. Then somebody have to create a world, right? We used to create ourselves so that we're gonna take an order and we talk to the client and, some kind of like briefing sessions, brainstorming, then create the world and the client to check it. Then when everything is okay, we're going to deploy into our land. That was the original flow. As we already have a XANA builder, we can try other way to bring our XANA DAO into this big ecosystem with the client. So here's what we're going to do. We recently tried one new trial called the World Building Challenge. The Japanese #1 Web3 influencer called Mr. Ikehaya. So he's such an amazing influencer and he has a huge brand called Ninja DAO and Crypto Ninja. So then he purchased the XANA land so that we planned like a challenge, the competitions together to gather the ninja-based concepted world from our XANA DAO. And we got more than 60s or 70s ideas of the world actually deployed already in the application. So anyone can start visiting there. Just as me, myself, or Mr. Ikehaya start visiting those world that created by the XANA DAO, then we could choose what's the best one and we could reward it and we could buy out those world to deploy onto his land. So we can do exactly same thing to any brand's land as well. Here's how we're gonna do. For example, some certain, if the brand want some kind of a super specific high quality custom made space, then probably that part we can take care of it. Because maybe we have to do something many things out of the XANA builder. Things which XANA builder have not been able to do yet, we can do it. But that is not only the content. We can have a lot of content. If the client has a more larger world, then rest of the space we can provide to the XANA DAO creators or any public creators to start building something and we can run the competitions. For example, let's go back to the example of Nike. If the Nike wants to purchase the big land and they want some kind of content, then we could have a competitions let's say Nike competition, for example. Then a lot of users, a lot of creators, they can start thinking of what can be matched, that can be fit, the best fit to this concept, the Nike world, and they could have a lot of creative ideas and etc. Then we or a Nike client can start choosing which world will be the best and which world will be actually on top of the Nike land. So that is how we can involve the creators, the public creators into our creation in ecosystem. So that way our creator can also earn and of course the client will be happy because, instead of just go back and forth and spending a lot of times, and we also have a certain capacity so that we cannot do a lot of things at the same time if it's only us to create. But as soon as we involve the XANA DAO, then the creativity and capacity or scalability will be unlimited so that they can actually start choosing the best world from tens of hundreds of the choices which already exist in the XANA app to choose. So this is a revolutionary way to build a metaverse content for the brand. We are so happy to be able to provide such a revolutionary tool and opportunity for both client and creators. So we're gonna be a middle tool to connect those two sides together, which needs each other. So that is how great the XANA builder is. We're gonna bring it to the next step and we're gonna start to selling this package to the brands. So that is our another new business plan. So that is the third thing that we're going to present in the event. And the last thing is the XANA Genesis. We are thinking about exact the same thing for the XANA Genesis. We're going to enable client to implement XANA Genesis AI chat into their website. For example, just like our partner, local government Totori in Japan, just like they did, we can have a personalized special XANA Genesis for each brand. That is very very adorable and the eye-catching thing for the brand. So like what happened to the Totori is that in Totori, entire Japan, there was no such thing exist for the local government to apply and adopt such kind of AI entity as an official member and a presenter. So that is how big the news was, and we gave a big, huge impact to entire medias. So we can do the exact same thing for each corporate or brands. We can customize some of the Xenogenesis with wearing some kind of like iconic clothes or like styles which fits with that specific brand that we're gonna partner with. Then we're gonna let this specific Xenogenesis to have a custom learning. So this custom learning is that the client can upload some kind of database, which can be like text or like tables or like a spreadsheet or like any kind of things to let start Xenogenesis to learn it. Then they will be able to answer any kind of question dynamically. That is a great part. So more training happens, then that's more the Xenogenesis will be smarter, specifically to that specific knowledge or like a field of that specific blend. That is what we're gonna do, and we're also gonna enable to embed this Xenogenesis chat into a client's website, almost as a widget. So that will be the revolutionary product as well, and we are so happy, so excited to announce this new function of Xenogenesis very, very soon. So this event will be the very first demonstration, kind of, to presentate this new product. So that's it. Those 4 products will be the ones we're gonna introduce in this event. That sounds very exciting, right? And I'm so happy that the first place that we're gonna present those kind of things is gonna be India. Because usually we do those kind of things like new trial in Japan. Usually like Japanese client is more closer to us and they are like really challenging so that they can test out and try out many things together with us. But this time I'm so excited to do this in India, which are our office base in past 3 years. So we were just focusing on the development so far, but then we glowed enough ourselves and now it's the time to start doing the biz dev also in that country, which has like 1.4 billion population, which is the secondly largest population country in the whole world that can turn into a huge metaverse market in upcoming future. So I'm so excited about what's going to happen in India. That's the introduction of what we're going to do, the new business development in India. Let me talk about the Japan side. As I'm going back to Japan after the while, maybe like a year or so, like it's going to be long, because of the COVID. I'm so excited to meet a lot of like our partners and new clients, new partners together, and we're going to have many discussions. So our plan is maybe we're going to establish some kind of like a marketing base in Japan, which involved a lot of like business persons, influencers, and a corporate together to spread and adopt XANA and spread to entire Japan in various fields. So we're going to gather the top people in each sectors to form this new marketing force in Japan. We're going to introduce the details a little bit later, maybe somewhere in the next month, that how and when and what exactly it's going to be. But that's going to be so exciting. And there is already a blueprint exist in our plan. And we're going to just embody it very soon in Japan while I'm staying there in 2 weeks. That is a new Japanese plan. And of course, we're going to introduce new collaborations with the music event. I'm so excited about this one. I cannot really say exactly it is because it's going to be introduced, I think, around the first week of April or the end of the March. So I cannot really say it now, but that's going to be our very first, some kind of like a music big event. And I'm so excited about it. Starting from this one, we're going to explore how we can tie up the music with this Web3 metaverse. So music has been evolving and past decades as the technology grows. For example, we're starting from like analog record, cassette tape, CD, and DVD, and now internet, web, like MP3 streaming, download to the streaming, and now it's like video live streaming, you know, and YouTube, of course, or like any kind of paid live streaming service, etc., etc. So the formula of the music or like expressions of the artist, the communication between the fans and artists is keep growing as the technology grows. And now this is the time for the metaverse. So we are the one who's gonna bring music industry into the next level for the next generations. We have several plans, and I have been brainstorming with the Japanese music industry and also Chinese music industry and also US and Korea. They are very advanced mindset people are there. And we are keep discussing about how to let existing fans not to left over. So as easy as existing solution, but something new. That is the step we are thinking about, because if we just directly go into the Web3 metaverse, here's NFT. You need to have a wallet and you have to purchase these NFTs by the crypto, etc., etc. And they're gonna go confused. And so many people will be left over. And I don't want to let this happen. We have to bring the fans into this new world, because those fans are the one who have been supporting to come this far. So we cannot make it things like that. We should not just focus on the early adopters at the same time to apply this like Web3 metaverse world, because that's gonna also like limit the audience, limit the user base. Majorly like 99% of the people are still in the Web2 industry. They have no clue about the wallets or crypto or like NFTs and etc. Of course, it's rapidly growing, but still, we have to think about the way how to unite and let those two worlds, Web 2 and Web 3 world, coexist. That's a huge theme and missions for us. So music is a good challenge, the great field to make a good challenge for the specific theme to how to let both Web3 and Web2 people on board into the one place. So we have been thinking about a lot of ways, and here is some kind of the ideas that we're gonna do. Just like we already did, we could provide a Web2 onboarding solutions for metaverse experiences. For example, just like this time, we are doing the Web2 onboarding process for the Breaking Down, as Breaking Down fan base is a totally 100% Web2 users. 99.9% I can say. So if we just only sell NFTs, then, 99% of the people will not enjoy this metaverse content, right? That's not good. So we just provide a normal standard way credit card purchase for some like a metaverse item. So we're gonna sell the metaverse items, metaverse avatar, but it can be purchased by the credit card. And behind the scene, we're gonna mint this NFT as a SBT and transfer to the user's virtual wallet. So this virtual wallet exists there, but the user don't even have to mind, because behind the scene, we're gonna connect that private key with the Web2 credentials with the encryptions, so that they are still having that asset, but no one can move it. No one can transfer. Because that's how the Web2 item is, right? If we try to allow that transfer, we have to commit with many things. We have to manage the private keys, securities, etc. And we don't want that. And the Web2 user don't want that as well. So let's forget. Let the Web2 user forget about wallet, forget about private key, forget about the crypto or gas fees. We're gonna do everything in the behind the scene by XANA Chain. That is what XANA Chain for. We can customize any kind of things to make it easy for everyone. And that's what we are doing for the Web2 user of Breaking Down. And we can apply exact the same thing for the music fans. So let's say there is an artist, let's say Eminem, for example. Okay. So, for example, let's say this is just an example, right? If we collaborate with Eminem and we gonna create an Eminem world, for example, in our metaverse, and we gonna create some kind of the Eminem special customized avatar. It doesn't really mean that everyone gonna become like Eminem, but like, let's say, like, you know, he has like a so cool, fashionable, like hip hop styles, right? So like we can provide even like limited available of the Eminem or etc. You know, and Eminem special hairstyles or etc. or like some kind of movement so that everyone can enjoy to becoming some kind of Eminem type of the cool avatar, which doesn't exist in the current Zen applications. Okay. And then, for example, the Web3 user, never mind. They just can purchase it as a, you know, normal like Ethereum or Zara chain NFTs as same as usual. And they can just manage themselves. 100% of the owner rights or like transfer rights are belong to the users. But for the Web2 users, let's think. We won't allow them to purchase things by the credit card because they don't have a wallet, right? And we don't want them to learn it. So they can just directly buy the wallet. Then we're gonna connect that credential to purchase that virtual item. I don't even say NFTs. We don't even use that word, right? Digital avatar or like a metaverse avatar or whatever, digital avatar or like maybe digital skin even. And what we're gonna say is, okay, after you purchase it, you're gonna come to XANA and you can just log in. By that time, we are already having the XANA browser version or maybe XANA application versions so that you can just choose whatever you feel comfortable with and you just enter your credential to come into XANA. And you will see those specific new item that you just purchased by your credit card. You can just choose it. For example, oh, here's my Eminem avatar and I'm gonna choose this one. Oh, I've become like Eminem. Cool. And okay, now you can just come to the metaverse, explore in this metaverse world. And here we have an Eminem world that you can come in. Here is a free space so that everyone can come in. But like here is a limited space that only Eminem user, like, Eminem avatar owners can join. So we will have like some kind of separated areas. One is for free. One is for the limited access. So those kind of things is what we can do. And in there, maybe we can have like a virtual concert, avatar concert, the streaming concert, like kind of on-demand content, just like a XANA festival. We're gonna create like AI-based Eminem avatar, for example. Then the fans can communicate with them, like ask some questions or take some selfies or etc. Play together. Those can be the limited access experience for the purchasers. So that, of course, the fans gonna be happy, right? So those kind of things is what we are thinking for Web2 users. And what if this is Web3 users? Then if Web3 users get bored or like they already enjoyed a lot, then they can sell out to somebody else. This is something that Web2 user cannot do, right? So that if you are a smart trader or if the project or the brand preserve the value, for example, the artist grow its fame, become more popular and get more fan bases, but then a lot of new fans want to purchase the old stuff, like this kind of limited items, because like that's gonna be limited and only the early purchasers can purchase, so that all they can do is just buy the items from the secondary market. Then if you are the Web3 item owners, you can sell out even in a good price. That is the privilege for the Web3 users. So in my eyes, it's both good. You know, each side has its own way. Of course, the Web3 user is upgraded version of the Web2 because there is nothing a Web2 user can do more than Web3 users. So the Web3 users experience is higher, but probably the Web2 item can be cheaper, cost effective and comparatively easy to onboard for the Web2 users. Web3 users, of course, they want, cryptos and NFT experiences. That's going to be more valuable, of course. I can say this is going to be the great solution for the both sides. So those kind of things are what we are thinking about the item to sell for the existing artists in the music industry. We're going to start from there and think further. So that is what we are thinking now. The next step can be a live show. What can be the live show turn into? when the metaverse era comes. I think at this point, what we can do is we can stream the live show and allows everyone to come join in the metaverse venue to see that huge screen and immersive experiences, just like what we are providing in the XANA Festival. That is the easy part. And the next part is a little bit complicated, but we can try. That is on real-time avatar control by the artist. Or the maybe pre-made is fine. Some of you guys remembered what the Travis Scott did for the Fortnite. I think they did a motion capture and prepared the live shows by all of the movement of the Travis Scott to trace, and they're gonna apply to the Travis Scott avatar in the Fortnite and perform them. Of course, that is not real time. That is a pre-made stuff, but the user's experience is of course a real time. So maybe we can start from there, or we can even enable some kind of a simple body controllers. Recently, they made the body tracking suit, and very recently, they have even some kind of like wristband type of stuff, attachment to have a body tracking even without a body suit. So if it's that easy, then I think the real-time controls is even possible, so that we're gonna let the artists wear that and start moving around in the virtual world so that fans' avatars and artists' avatar can exist in the same spot to share the same time and space. That is a very new experience. And some of the artists like Blackpink, maybe BTS or somebody, they already tried it and that was a huge success. So I think that we can also bring it to the next level in XANA as well. That is the avatar part. If we can achieve that, then like many things can happen. They can take a selfie together, they can chat together, they can speak together, they can do whatever, play the game together, etc. That is the XANA's strength. So we can open up a lot of new potentials if this kind of like the real-time avatar things for the artist. And if we can even combine it, the streaming way with this avatar way. So here's what we can do. We're gonna let the artist to wear those kind of simple attachment to trace their movement, right? Then we're gonna put standard streaming solutions, for example, YouTube Lives or like a TikTok Live, that kind of equipment to stream the videos into the metaverse so that you can see the actual artist himself or herself in the camera and in the screen, LED screen in the metaverse. But at the same time, in front of that LED, just like you see the human, the real actual physical artist on the stage in front of the LED in the real live show, you will be able to see the avatars in front of the virtual metaverse LED, right? Of course, the artist and the LED will synchronize because the artist herself is the one who is controlling that avatar at the same time. So that, of course, herself, the real physical herself in the LED and the avatar will move at the same time. I mean, maybe a little bit latency can be considered, but still we can achieve that. So that is a totally new experience. I think no one has been done that yet. I don't think so. I haven't seen any kind of example yet. So maybe that is something that we can try out. That is a whole new experience. That's so exciting. Yeah, I think that's gonna be the world's first experience almost. So that is something like a next step we are thinking about for the Metaverse live show. And what else we can think of the music? I was keep thinking about what can be the super fresh thing? What can be the things beside of the just like the music audio file or video file, because it's already presented to the users over decades, right? So we are thinking about something that only Metaverse can do. And I was kind of, come up with the idea of that artist's experience for the Metaverse. What is that? Artist's experience? I haven't figured out the exact name of it because it's totally new concept. What I'm thinking about is like, for example, let's say the Michael Jackson has a super hit album, Thriller. And as that album itself named Thriller, it has some kind of a common concept, right? Inside of that album. For example, I love the artist called Björk. And Björk has huge concept in each album. It is not just a gathering of these songs. It is just the songs which are produced under the common concept. It is like entering one outer world almost, and by the lyric or music or like a graphic are figuring one specific the world. So what if we can embody this concept itself into the metaverse? That is what we are thinking about, For example, let's say the Michael Jackson Thriller. And I don't exactly remember what kind of songs are in the Thriller, but he has such a strong concept of like some kind of like a ghost or like a zombie concept. So if that's the concept of the overall album, then we can have a Thriller world, for example. And user coming into the one world, maybe this is the world of the first song and this is the world for the second song. And each world has a unique concept, just like each music video has a different concept and different background, environment, and a cast. So we can embody it and transform those kind of concept or visual concept or audio concept into the metaverse experience. It can be like some kind of novel game. It can be some just like a world to visit. It can be maybe like a game. It can be anything, but that kind of immersive experience is what metaverse only can do. I think this gonna be a huge and this gonna be a totally a next destination where the artist will go in the metaverse era. I'm 100% sure about it. This is not just audio. This is not just a live show. This is not even a streaming live show. This is something new. It's so interesting. So interesting. The artist, more artistic mind they have more specific imaginations, creations into each song or each album, right? So it's gonna be very interesting to convert those kind of inspirations or ideas into the metaverse world. And the great part is that user can now join to those kind of creations. This is new kind of concept. And let me explain about this one. I believe the current artists and fans relationship are very tight through online membership or something, which is called, Japanese people call this is a fan club. Foreign overseas, I don't know what to call it. Is it fan club or premium membership kind of stuff? So if you subscribe or like joining like yearly membership, you can have privileges, some kind of, maybe you can have like early ticket. You can have access to the limited ticket or the limited merchandise or like a fan meetup, etc. Right? So those are the Web 2 era. So when the Web 3 era comes, I believe all of those memberships will be DAO based. That's what I'm thinking. Fan clubs or membership will be a DAO. What's going to happen if fan base or like those kind of artists or fan become DAO? First thing I can say is that so many content, massive amount of content will be created by the hand of user, not by the artist. That is a great part because existing model is all depend on the artist's activity, right? So artists have to spend a lot of time to create the content and update the content day by day. But if it's going to be DAO based, just like what XANA DAO is doing now, the content will be coming from the DAO, and users, community members will enjoy the both artist content or like DAO generated content both. I strongly believe this is the future. So when that future comes, what can happen? XANA is already representing a lot of new ideas. For example, we are having a competitions. So let's say if the Michael Jackson released a Thriller or anything new, if the Travis Scott released a new album or like a Weeknd released a new album, Ariana Grande released a new album, and if their fan base or membership is DAO, then we can have some kind of a competition, right? Okay, guys, here is the competitions. Let's say new album is ice cream. So everyone, let's create some metaverse content under the concept of ice cream. And DAO members go like, okay, ice cream, let's do it. Then everyone start using the XANA builder to start creating in the ice cream world. It can be a game, it can be a novel based, like some kind of stories in the metaverse, or like it can be some kind of just like artistic stuff, or it can be some kind of a crazy meme stuff. It can be anything. Like it can be the bunch of the user-made, fan-made metaverse contents. And for example, this is by the Ariana Grande, and Ariana Grande can pick like a best 10 best worlds or experience, and she can pick those kind of things to put it on her land. Those are the what DAO-driven metaverse content creation is. That's so exciting, right? And it's scalable because the company like us or the artists like Ariana Grande do not have to create or spend those kind of time. Of course, they are busy and limited resources, and the user have to wait a long time to get a new content, right? But if this is a DAO-driven thing, then the potential is unlimited. We can even do every month or even every week. The content will be unlimited. That's how great it is. And even we can provide some kind of NFTs or SBTs to reward those winners or the people who participate those challenges, and we can give some privileges afterwards even. That is the great part. Why DAO is great? Because if artist herself can put some kind of budget into a DAO, then DAO can even do the bigger thing. The great example is BTS. The BTS are almost like the BTS fan base, I think that was called ARMY. They are almost like a DAO by themselves without being said so or designed so. They themselves becoming naturally into DAO. So like they can put their fund together to buy a huge present, or some of them even purchase like a huge advertisement on the New York City to just promote the artist. That's crazy, right? That's something that never happened in the history, but they are just doing themselves, right? That is crazy thing. That is totally like a DAO. So when it comes to the metaverse, that can be simply like next generations. It can be simply so much better than the Web 2 or the traditional memberships, a fan club, etc. That can be so much better. Even if it's DAO based, and if some of the members who are, for example, oh, she is very good to manage the community. Oh, they are so good creators. Oh, he's really good at designing something. Oh, he's even a great developer. Then each of the DAO members can be a member, actual member, and they can even start working in there. That is so honorable thing that to be able to work for your admiring artist with using your special skills. Those can be happening in DAO model, and that can be so much greater. If it's artist-based, artists have to look for the people, hire the resource, and train them. Designers outsourcing, technical people outsourcing, etc., etc. It's spending time, money, powers, effort, etc. If it's a DAO base, then the people will come. If they have like 100,000 of the members, and maybe some of them, any kind of the jobs, any kind of skill set are there already. So everyone can just put those things into one to bring this DAO to the next level and make it as an even better place and more functional. That is a great thing. So I strongly believe all of the fan bases or like communications can be some kind of the artist DAO. That's a new concept, and we can provide many solutions for this artist DAO, especially as we are in the metaverse. I believe that many of the people can start using the Discord for that, because Discord is so easy to implement those kind of limited access type of membership by the NFTs. Discord is very good to design. It's really well designed for the Web3 adoptions. But that is still a limited kind of communications. It is still limited to this basically 99% text and maybe some of the visuals like pictures and etc. But if we are the metaverse, we can have an alternative place for those DAO members to communicate with. And even artists herself can join too. For example, let's imagine Discord have let's say 20 channels, and Metaverse can have the 20 world as exactly same as the Discord, right? Each room, each channel has the planners, like organizers, a channel leader, Metaverse as well. Like under some kind of concept, like anyone can become a creator, lead organizer of that specific world, and they can start to build in. And then the gathering of those 20 worlds forming the artist's DAO, artist's world. For example, Ariana Grande has a 16 Parcels land, 4x4 land in XANA Metaverse, and Ariana Grande DAO can create a 16 world together. That's how it can work. That's so fantastic. I'm so excited about this plan. So we're gonna start testing out this new model with some of the artists that we are close to, and we're gonna keep it expanded. Because this is so new concept, but as soon as it starts working, then it's gonna have a huge impact. And as we are the Metaverse project, we can make something so much bigger, better than Discord. But we don't compete with the Discord. We can be an add-on for the Discord. So that is the solution that we are thinking about right now for the artist. So we already have some kind of the artist on the list. We're gonna start working on it, and probably within the Q2 of this 2023, you'll be able to see some kind of prototypes or blueprint of this new model. So that's pretty much it. As I'm, my blood is totally a music-based, entertainment-based. So if I talk about this kind of like entertainment plan, especially for the music, then my imaginations are limitless. Wow, that's so exciting. I'm already excited. So please just wait a little bit for our new announcement for our new music corporations, which is coming very, very soon. Okay, let's talk about some new stuff. The end of the March, we will launch XANA Game Builder, which will involve maybe around 6 to 10 modules, I think. There are already 25 game modules, which is like can set 25 different type of the commands into the XANA world that you create. But, like each modules are very complicated. It is simple in themselves, but the important is combinations. So if we have to make sure there will not be a conflict or bugs when the module A and module C and module D is used together at the same time to form this game. Those kind of things is time consuming, and we are spending a lot of time for the test. So whole this March has been spent for just testing and debugging, adjusting, and now it's finally start coming into the form. So probably end of the March, we all start releasing the sum of the functions, and week by week, we're gonna keep adding the new modules. What we can do in this first game builder module is very simple game, maybe starting from the single player game, but that is already great because now there's hundreds and hundreds of great world exist in XANA Metaverse, which is made by the XANA DAO creators. And those are already very fun as it is, without any kind of gaming functions. So if we can just add a simple game function, just like discovering stuff, or maybe like hide and seek, or like human chasing game, or like running race, very simple. You can just use maybe like 3 or 4 modules to put together to make those interesting world into a simple race game. But it can be so much more fun than just a world. So that is the power of this game builder. I'm very excited to see that XANA DAO creators will turn their world, very fun world, into the game. So I can't stop visiting them to start playing together with the users. I'm so excited about it. But definitely by the end of the April, we can finish releasing all of these 25 modules for sure. Then after that, it going simultaneously, but at the same time, we are developing, beside of those simple game module, we are developing the fighting game modules, which will be used for the breaking down game. So breaking down game, as you know, we are releasing on the March 31st. And the reservations, the pre-order will be starting on the 27th of March, right? And the review is gonna be the 7th of April. And when the user can start using those avatar will be around the end of April. So by that time, we're gonna complete all of those 25 existing game module functions plus fighting game functions. So we are trying best how soon we can deliver this metaverse fighting game. And here is our plan. Not only we create this fighting game, we will try to allow XANA DAO creators to create their own fighting game with using this breaking down avatar so that user can just enjoy by purchasing one avatar, but enjoy a lot of multiple games. That can be the interesting part. So I think that should be the way. Further, we're gonna develop our NFTs and releasing this XANA game builder function to everyone so that everyone can design their own game for some specific NFTs. For example, we have a Rooster Fighter, right? And we are providing ourselves are developing the Rooster Fighter race game. But like if this game builder module is provided to everyone, then creator himself can start to create a Rooster game with using this Rooster NFT owner to do something in a specific world. It's totally based on the imaginations of everyone. So that can make NFTs so much more interesting with full of utilities. This is gonna be not limited to our own NFTs, but anyone's NFTs. For example, if you want to create some kind of game for the Bored Yacht Club NFTs or like a Crypto Ninja, well, sure, you can do anything because we are just a platform. We are just a tool. And if there is an NFT collection and if there is a creator, there is a limitless. There's no limit. You know, just like anyone can create anything in a YouTube and upload, anyone can create any kind of world or game and upload to the XANA Metaverse. So that's how scalable it is. Recently, many projects are spending hard time to create the utilities, right? But with using this XANA game builder, everyone can give a great, fantastic utility immediately to any kind of NFT collections. So if you are a creator, if you are having your own NFT collection, or if you want to create some utility for some other NFTs, then XANA Builder is the place. XANA Builder is a tool for that. That is not a future story, but it is already coming in the upcoming week. That's very exciting, right? So time has come. This is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed. I discussed about a lot of things. I hope anyone can get some kind of inspirations and start applying those ideas, embody it in XANA Metaverse by using this XANA Builder. Thank you so much for joining this fantastic weekend. Next week, I will be probably delivering this podcast from Japan. Thank you so much for joining and have a great weekend. See you next week.